So I created a survey on SurveyMonkey to find out a little bit more about other people's opinion on animation and whether they think if it's quite important in society today, and what is their favourite style of animation. So the first question I asked was, what is the kind of age? And a lot of them were quite young people, as I'm mostly friends with younger people on Facebook, as I shared this on Facebook. But so mainly it's the younger adults. I then asked, what is your gender? And there seems to be kind of an unequal of female to male, but I think there's a slightly more male on that. I then asked, what did you watch? What kind of animation did you watch growing up? And a lot of them said that they did watch a lot of animation while growing up. And I also kind of asked if you would watch animation growing up. Would it appear in a TV show or in a feature film? And a lot of them said both, but there are a couple of TV shows and films, but mostly it was both. I then asked what is their favourite style of animation, and a lot of them really like traditional animation as well, which I find quite interesting. And there wasn't any stop motion answers or motion graphics or others, which is, I think, is a bit of a shame because a lot of work goes into stop motion animation. But it is a very niche kind of audience really for stop motion. But I still think it's a really good, quite cool animation style. The next question I asked was, which of these animation companies are your favourites? And a lot of them said Pixar, so Toy Story and stuff like that, which I found quite interesting. And then the next runner up was Disney, of course, and then Aardman, which is like the stop motion animation company behind Wallace and Gromit. And I'm actually surprised, but a lot of people also said Studio Ghibli as well, and kind of Japanese animation companies like A1 Pictures, which I find quite interesting. I then asked, do you like animation, and please explain that answer. And a few of the answers says yes, they really enjoy animation, as they kind of grew up with animation, and they would also kind of watch it with their parents, as their parents also grew up with animation. And a lot of other answers, yes, because it brings the unimaginable to life. And another person also said it's got a lot of freedom and a lot of creativity to explore, which I find quite interesting. Overall, I'm really happy with the results I've got from this survey. I think it's quite interesting that younger people really enjoy animation, as mostly young people answered this survey. But it is quite interesting to kind of look at the answers and see why they like animation. You know, because people grew up with it. It's very kind of familiar kind of presence in their life. It's on TV, it's on the films, it's in adverts and TV shows and stuff like that, which I think's kind of like a constant presence, really. And another thing is that I've really found out like why people like animation, which is what I really wanted from this survey. So I'm really happy with the results overall.